Tonight, as the world begins to quiet itself, I invite you to settle deeper into your place of rest. Feel the calm around you grow warmer, softer, more welcoming. Let every breath you take become slower, gentler, and more comforting. This is where our journey begins. A journey that moves at the pace of peace itself. A journey on a train that only travels through the night. A train that carries dreams, memories, and quiet thoughts across sleeping landscapes. A train that never rushes and never disturbs the stillness of the world. Imagine standing on a quiet platform moments before the train arrives. The air is cool and crisp, filled with the faint scent of earth and distant pine. The lanterns that hang above cast circles of pale golden light that slowly fade into darkness at the edges. You look down the tracks, and for a moment, everything is silent. Then, you feel a soft vibration beneath your feet. A low hum. A comforting tremor. The night train is approaching. It appears slowly, emerging from the darkness like a gentle shadow. The sleek shape of the train glides forward with smooth, effortless motion. The rhythmic clatter of its wheels is calm and steady. When it finally arrives, the doors open without a single harsh sound. A soft, warm glow spills from inside the carriage, inviting you in. You take a step forward, then another, and soon you are inside. The doors close quietly behind you. The interior feels warm, filled with a deep blue glow that resembles the sky just before dawn. The seats look plush and welcoming. The floor is softly carpeted, absorbing sound with delicate ease. You walk slowly down the aisle, the faint sway of the train beginning to cradle your steps. Outside the large windows, the night is wide and open, sprinkled with stars that shimmer faintly. You choose a window seat and settle into it. The cushion embraces you gently, as if it remembers every traveler who ever sat there. The train begins to move again, gliding away from the platform. The lantern lights fade behind you until they are small golden dots swallowed by the darkness. And then you are traveling forward into the open night. The world outside is calm. Vast fields stretch toward the horizon. Low hills rise and fall softly in the distance. Trees stand like silent guardians, their leaves rustling faintly in the breeze. The moon hangs high, pale and tender, casting silver light across the landscape. You rest your head against the cool window and watch the scenery drift by. Every moment feels slower, softer, safer. After some time, the train enters a quiet forest. The trees grow tall here. Their branches reach across the tracks, forming a natural tunnel. Moonlight filters through in thin, shifting beams. The sound of the wheels changes subtly, becoming deeper and more rhythmic as the train moves through the forest floor. You listen to the sound. It reminds you of a heartbeat, a slow, steady heartbeat that syncs with your breathing. You let your eyes close for a moment and imagine walking through that forest. You imagine the soft moss under your feet, the smell of pine and earth, the quiet rustling of leaves overhead. Maybe you picture a small path illuminated only by moonlight, a path that leads somewhere peaceful and safe. When you open your eyes again, the train is still gliding forward, still holding you gently as the night deepens. A soft footstep approaches. The carriage attendant appears, moving with the gentlest motions. They offer you a cup of herbal tea. The cup is warm. Steam rises slowly in delicate swirls. You take a small sip. The flavor is a blend of chamomile, lavender, and honey. The warmth spreads through your chest, relaxing your muscles and slowing your heartbeat. The attendant smiles softly before continuing down the aisle, leaving you with your thoughts and the quiet comfort of the train. You take another sip, then another. The warmth settles deeper inside you. You place the cup on the small table beside you and look back out the window. The train has left the forest and entered a wide meadow. The meadow is covered in tall grass that sways in waves whenever the breeze touches it. Fireflies float gently above the ground, glowing softly like tiny drifting stars. Their rhythm is unhurried and peaceful. Sometimes they rise, sometimes they dip, always moving slowly, as if the night itself is guiding them. The train continues. It eventually reaches a small pond. The surface of the water is so still that it looks like a mirror. The moon reflects perfectly on it. The stars reflect too, shimmering slightly whenever a small ripple disturbs the water. The train slows ever so slightly, as if honoring the serenity of the moment. You feel yourself drawn into the quiet beauty of the scene. You breathe in. You breathe out. Your mind softens with each breath. After the pond fades into the distance, you begin to notice a new sound entering the night. A faint, soothing hum that grows gradually louder as the train approaches a valley. Through the window, you see a tall waterfall flowing gracefully down smooth stone. The water glows under the moonlight, almost silver. The sound of the waterfall joins the steady rhythm of the wheels. The two sounds blend together, forming a gentle harmony that wraps around you like a soft blanket. The waterfall fades behind you. The train continues, always moving forward with calm purpose. You shift your position and let your body sink deeper into the seat. The lights inside the carriage dim slightly, becoming warmer and more intimate. The air feels perfectly balanced, neither too warm nor too cool. You can sense that the train is guiding you into deeper rest. Time passes you don't know how much. Minutes blend into one another like soft strokes of a brush across a canvas. You watch the landscape shift from meadows to rolling hills, then to clusters of sleeping houses, then to open plains where the moon sits low and bright. The journey feels endless, but in a comforting way. As if the night has unfolded into an infinite path, of soft scenery created just for you. At one point, the train slows down near a small village. The houses here are wooden, with warm light glowing from some of the windows. Smoke rises slowly from one or two chimneys, blending into the night sky. You imagine families resting inside. Perhaps someone sitting near a fireplace. Perhaps someone reading a book beneath a warm blanket. Perhaps someone dreaming of places far from here. The train glides past the village. The lights become distant dots, then fade completely. The night returns to its quiet, open vastness. Once again, you find yourself breathing more slowly, more deeply, more naturally. The journey continues through a gentle valley surrounded by hills that look like soft shadows. The breeze outside the train moves the tall grass in slow dances. You see a fox in the distance, trotting calmly across a slope before disappearing into the undergrowth. The moment feels delicate, almost like a secret shared only between you and the night. Far ahead, a small bridge appears. The train crosses it with a soft rumble. Below, a river flows with slow, shimmering ripples. The moonlight stretches across the water like a silver ribbon. You listen to the faint sound of the river blending with the quiet clatter of the wheels. It creates a soothing echo that lingers long after the bridge has passed. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the rhythm of the night. Your shoulders loosen. Your hands soften. Your breath lengthens naturally. Every part of your body begins to feel heavier and more relaxed. The world outside slows down even further. The stars appear brighter now, sprinkled across the dark sky like distant lanterns guiding wanderers. The train eventually enters another forest, this one deeper and more ancient. The trees here are tall and wise. Their trunks are thick and textured. Moss grows on the roots, glowing faintly under the moonlight. Tiny insects float through the air in slow patterns. The forest feels like a sanctuary untouched by time. The train moves gently through it. The sound of the wheels grows softer, absorbed by the thick blanket of earth and leaves. Hours could have passed, or maybe only minutes. Time feels different here, stretching and folding like the quiet breath of the night. You close your eyes and let the slow rocking of the train cradle you. The movement is delicate, like being gently pushed on a swing. Forward, backward, forward, backward, always at the same soft pace. When you open your eyes again, the forest has opened into a clearing. A large lake appears to your right. The surface is smooth and glassy. The moon reflects across it in a long, glowing path. You imagine stepping out of the train and walking toward the lake shore. You imagine the cool sand under your feet, the quiet lapping of water against the shore, the scent of night flowers blooming nearby. The train continues. You see small clusters of trees lining the lake. Some bend slightly toward the water, as if listening to its quiet whispers. You imagine the stories the trees could tell. Stories of wind, rain, seasons passing, and travelers who once walked these lands. Stories of the moon rising and falling. Stories of quiet nights like this one. After leaving the lake behind, the train begins to climb upward along a gentle incline. The landscape becomes more hilly. Rocks and cliffs appear, softened by moss and creeping vines. You can see the glow of distant mountaintops illuminated by moonlight. As you rise higher, the air outside seems thinner, clearer. The stars appear sharper, as if just beyond the glass of your window. The train eventually reaches the top of the incline and begins a slow descent. As it moves, you notice something new. Small lanterns lining a curved path far below. Their light is soft and warm, dancing slightly in the breeze. It looks like a winding trail leading toward a hidden village. You imagine the people who might live there, people who wake with the sunrise and sleep early beneath the gentle glow of lanterns, people who move slowly, who speak softly, who live in harmony with the passing of time. The train moves on. The lanterns fade behind you. A light mist appears outside, giving the world a soft, blurred edge. The mist moves gracefully as the train cuts through it. Shapes become hazy. Hills become silhouettes. Trees become shadows. Everything looks like a dream, gently shifting from one scene to the next. The mist eventually clears, revealing a wide field covered in night flowers. Their petals glow faintly under the moon. Shades of blue, lavender, and pale silver seem to shimmer gently as the train passes. The sight feels quiet and magical, as if the flowers are breathing slowly with the rhythm of the night. You notice that your own breathing has matched the same slow pattern. In, out, in, out. Each breath feels lighter than the one before. Your chest rises slowly, falls slowly. You feel yourself loosening even further. Everything inside your body seems to settle, calming, softening, unwinding. The train drifts into another small forest. The leaves here are thin and delicate. The branches sway in gentle patterns that look almost musical. You listen to the soft tapping of leaves against the windows. It is a faint sound, a tender sound, the kind of sound that belongs to a peaceful dream. In the distance, you see a small cabin with a warm orange light glowing through the windows. Smoke rises softly from its chimney. Beside it, a narrow path leads into the forest. You imagine someone inside the cabin, sitting by a fire, listening to the radio or reading a book. You imagine the warmth of the room, the crackling of the fire, the soft shadows dancing across wooden walls. The thought alone brings warmth to your chest. The cabin disappears behind you. The train continues forward. The scenery becomes simpler, clearer. The hills grow smoother. The trees more spaced out. The sky above widens, revealing a river of stars flowing across the darkness. The moon has moved lower now, becoming larger, softer, and even more comforting. You begin to feel a deep heaviness in your eyes, a pleasant heaviness, a sign that your body is ready to rest, ready to surrender to the calm of the night, ready to drift with the quiet movement of the train. The world outside the window becomes a blend of soft colors: blue, silver, violet, black. They merge together like watercolor painted slowly across a page. You watch the gentle motion of the train reflected faintly in the glass. The vibration is so light, it feels like a gentle hand resting on your shoulder. You sink deeper into your seat. The cushion feels softer with every passing moment. Your muscles melt. Your thoughts grow slower. A quiet drowsiness washes over your mind. The night train enters another long stretch of countryside. The fields extend endlessly on both sides. The air seems still. The world seems half asleep. You imagine the train as a quiet guardian, carrying people like you across the gentle darkness of night, guiding them safely toward rest. Minutes pass, maybe hours. Time becomes fluid. You lose track of how long you have been sitting there, watching the world pass by. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the quiet rhythm, the slow rocking, the peaceful repetition of sound and movement. Eventually, the lights inside the carriage dim even further, becoming soft glows along the edges of the walls. The train seems to understand that you are close to sleep. It moves even more gently, almost floating across the tracks. Outside, the last scene you notice is a long stretch of tall grass illuminated by the moon. The grass sways in the breeze, moving like slow waves on a quiet sea. Your breathing matches the motion. In, out, in, out. The night holds you gently. The train rocks you softly. Your mind drifts like mist. Your body becomes warm and heavy. And soon, without effort, you fall into deep, peaceful sleep.